Hello everyone, good morning.
Hi.
Hi, morning.
Morning.
Hello. How are you?
Fine.
Great.
Nice.
All right. Before we start our discussion, it's better if we introduce ourselves first. My name is Theresia as a leader. Next.
My name is Putu Laksmi as contextualizer.
I am Vinca as inspector.
I am Naomi as connector.
The last person.
Hello guys, I think there is a
Sorry.
problem. So I'm Kidung as contextualizer and Ami with E is the word wizard.
Word
Thank
wizard. I'm
you.
Okay.
sorry.
Yeah, it's okay.
So as a leader, I should answer some questions. So the first question is, what? Whoa. What are the main points of the text? So I think from the text that we have read before, we will discuss about classroom action research. So the main points are, the first one, the overview. In this part, we will be getting to know about action research. And the second one, the nature of action research, such as knowing defining action research, the characteristic, and etc. And then the third one about steps of action research, such as introduction and the flowchart and etc. So what will we discuss in the group? We will discuss the report result of each person's observation according to their part. Then we will do some discussion based on the inspector questions. So if we still have enough time, in the end, we may share our opinion related to this text. And the last question is, how do you motivate your friends to be ready for this discussion? The day before the discussion, I give the material in our WhatsApp group and remind them to read the material and answer the question that they must answer. So that's all from me. The next discussion will be led by a word wizard. Thank you. Stop sharing.
Okay. I am as a word wizard. Should I also share the file that I made? Yes, of course. Yeah.
Good.
Okay. Wait a minute. Kalian dengar nggak tadi aku udah share? Kelihatan nggak?
Kelihatan.
Kelihatan,
Tapi kamu ngomong nggak
kamu
tadi?
nggak kedengaran.
Oh, aku nggak kedengaran.
Kamu unmute.
Soalnya tadi kamu unmute ya.
Okay, sorry. Okay. Let me share it. Can you hear me, guys?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so this is things that I would discuss about. The first one is 5 definition of terms that we find from the text. The first one is aim and share, explore, think, link, and reflect. So in the text, these are the definition. A means elaborates on the goals of the learning process, and share is aims at knowing the context of the students. Explore, it is contains an explanation of the topic, and then think is assessing students' comprehension, which consists of formative tasks, and also link. It's encourage the students to apply their knowledge, and reflect is invite students to recall what they have learned. So the next one, it discuss about the same, like the same words, but the meaning using my, like my own word. So aim is the purpose of something. The thing can be journal, article, or etc. And then share, it is to give each other information about the context that being discussed. And also explore, this the activity to browse the main idea of the topic. And then think, giving students some tests which relate with the topic to make sure whether the students understand or not about the topic. And then next, link, it is motivation for students to do such as the information that are provided to their real life. And then the last is reflect. It is to sum up the knowledge that they have already gained from the learning process. And then the last thing, how the words used in other contexts. So actually, aim also bisa dipakai to say or do something that is intended to influence or affect a particular person or group. So I also provide the example of the sentence to make like the explanation clearer. So the example is, the book is aimed at very young children. And then the second is share. In the other context, it can be like part of something, while another person or other people also have part. So the example of the sentence that using this context is, he shared the pie with her. And then the third is explore. Explore is to travel to or around an area or a country in order to learn about it. So the example of this, the example of the sentence using this context is, they explored the land to the south of the Murray River. And then think is to have ideas, words, or images in your mind. So the example of the sentence is, you are very quiet. What are you thinking? And then next, link is a connection between two or more people or things. The example is, police suspect there may be a link between the two murders. And then the last is reflect. It is to think carefully and deeply about something. So the example of it is, before I decide, I need time to reflect. So yeah, I think that is from me. That is all from me. Thank you. Next.
Okay, thank you,
yeah.
Ami, for sharing. I think we learned many new vocabs from you. So the
Okay.
next discussion will be led by an inspector. Your turn.
Okay, thank you guys. Do you guys can hear my voice clearly?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
I will share my screen. Wait a minute. Okay, can you see it, guys? So
Yes.
the first one, what key issue are presented in the text? Why are they essential? The things that I found in the text is about action research is a kind of research that help people to find effective solutions for the problems that they face. And action research also is an important one for teacher. It helps teacher to improve their ability and professional development. It also starts from teachers' daily practice, which is from that we can see what kinds of things that can be improved and fixed. And then there are four approaches the action research, such as collaborative action research, critical action research, classroom action research, and the last one, practic participatory action research. And then the second question, how does the example in the text help explain the issues? It shows that a teacher who use an action research can easily find their mistakes, and also planning and designing an activity for their students by seeing their own practice. It is like self-reflection for the teacher. It is also maximize teachers' performance. And then the last one, um, I already make three critical question, which is I hope that uh, we can answer it together. So the first one is action research only used for a teacher, or it can be used for people with different jobs? What do you think, guys? Because of in the text said that it helps teacher. The text said and mentioned explicitly about this is for teacher, help teacher to improve their practice. But what do you think? It is action research only used for teacher, or maybe in a different job also? Can you guys give an opinion?
I think action research could also be done or to do in another area. It's not only just like in educational area, but also maybe if you are in a, this is in my own opinion, maybe if you are in a perusahaan or in a workplace that require your apa sih karyawan, you need to like make how to make my karyawan apa sih
Employees.
employees like how to increase their uh, kinerja, like something like that. You can also do a action, apa ini namanya, action research to to really like study, observe, and then reflect on what your how if I how apa sih namanya, the work gimana ya? Could I just explain it in bahasa? I think. Jadi action research ini juga bisa dilakukan dalam lingkup, menurut saya dalam lingkup yang berbeda juga. Contohnya seperti lingkungan kerja. Jadi ketika kita mempunyai perusahaan, kita juga bisa menggunakan action research ini sebagai cara bagi kita untuk mengobserve, untuk mengapa istilahnya, mereflek juga tentang kinerja dalam perusahaan gitu loh. Jadi kita bisa menemukan solusi terbaik untuk memecahkan suatu masalah juga dengan menggunakan ini. So it's not limiting to the educational purpose only. It's my opinion. In my opinion.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you, Kidung. Did anyone have another opinion? Or
I actually agree with Kidung, yeah. So I think the steps that are mentioned in classroom action research can be applied in other areas, not limited to education only. So in the classroom, we might observe problems, yeah, and then we make some plans based on our observation, and then we take actions. Afterwards, we observe, and then we reflect, and then we make a plan again, right? I think those steps can also be applied to working space or business space. Yeah, when you see problems and you take action, and then you reflect, that's also, those steps are also possible, yeah, in working place or in business area, yeah. So I think it is applicable, yeah. And later in the future, if you want to be teachers, you can apply these steps. If you want to be, or if you want to take other career path, you can also use these steps, yeah. You have the foundations uh, on the steps that you need to do, yeah, for different kinds of areas. Okay. Good questions. Yeah. Happy. Please continue your discussion.
okay, thank you, Miss.
Yes.
Thank you,
And
Miss.
next, we're going to discuss the second question. It is about, it is possible for us, do you think it is possible for us to do action research without see or use the step that have been provided in the text? Because if you read clearly in the text, there are the writer provide the step by step to do action research, right? So do you think it is possible for us to not doing that?
In my opinion, I think it is impossible for us tidak melakukan sesuai stepnya. It is because the steps are provided to make the researchers, like easier to know what they want to get, like that. So if we don't do the step and we don't allow, like we don't follow what have been provided in the text, or like it's kind of ketentuan yang harus diikuti, like that. So I think for me it is a must for us to do the steps that is provided there, because it will help us a lot to do some research, like that. Thank you.
Okay, Ami, thank you for your opinion.
Okay.
Is there any opposite opinion, or do you guys all agree about Ami opinions?
Yes, I agree with Ami's opinion because I think the step is berkesinambungan. Terus kalau misalnya kita gunain stepnya dengan baik, itu bakal bikin research kita itu lebih meyakinkan dan tidak ada kesalahan lagi. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Ami.
Yeah,
Naomi?
actually,
Kidung?
like both Ami and Ami said, the most logical way to do this research is, of course, following the step, because the first thing that you must do is like observing what is become the problem, right? So if you don't know what's become the problem, so apa ininya, the research itu loh, apa sih?
Yeah.
Yeah, like that.
Kayak
I agree
itu
with
tuh
that.
salah satu identitasnya gitu ya. Untuk
That's the
membuat.
way how to conduct. Jadi emang research muncul karena ada pertanyaan atau permasalahan yang harus dibahas gitu. That's the
Yes.
point.
Thank you, Kidung. Naomi?
Actually, same with Kidung, Emmy with Y, and Emmy, yeah, it is impossible for us to not follow the step because, like Kidung said, first we must search the problem because it is for the base dasar buat kita untuk step selanjutnya itu. The key, ya, poin utamanya kan kita harus cari masalah dulu, baru ke step selanjutnya. Gitu.
Okay, thank you guys. So we're jump to the last question. What do you think about the key points in action research? I mean, what indicates an action research? Actually, you guys already mentioned it before in the second question, but do you have any another opinions about that?
Indicates means like become the characteristic or what?
Yes, yes, Kid.
I think the characteristic of action research is repeating, like in the video in the LMS that have provided in the LMS. I think the characteristic of action research is repeating, like observing and then reflecting, terus doing the research again and then reflecting. So it's like cycle. So to untuk menentukan, to determine whether the research is going to end or itu dari satisfaction dari research-nya itu sendiri. Yeah, I think that is the characteristic.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you, Kidung.
It can be applied to another type of research.
Okay. Another opinion? I'm sorry, guys. My
Aman kan videonya?
I don't know.
I don't know.
You cannot minimize. Okay. But it is still recording here. So I think it is just only apa kayak keluar terus tapi dia masuk lagi kok. Dia tetap recording sekarang.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. For the last question, any other opinion or just it?
Just
Enough.
I think
Okay.
that is enough.
Okay. Thank you. That's all from me.
Okay, Vinca, thank you for sharing. I think, yeah, you have a good question and we get a new knowledge from you. So the next discussion will be led by a connector. Your turn.
Okay, guys, it is my turn. So from connector, there are several questions. I will share my screen. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, so the first question is, what other sources are relevant with the text? How are they relevant? So I found 3 sources. The first one is ebook and the rest is journal. So I think the first sources, ebook, explain about the action research itself, and it explain the definition, the types, the step in action research, and also the history of action research. So it is relevant, yeah, because in the first reading we know about the step and then the approaches of action research, but I think this book can beneficial for us to melengkapi our understanding about action research, and also this book is contains about someone's experience doing research using action research methods, something like that. And the second one is journal. Yeah, it is similar with the previous source. This journal provides relevant information related to action research. And yeah, the sources give us the definition, types, and also steps of action research that is beneficial of our deeper understanding in action research. As we know that each sources maybe can saling melengkapi each other, but intinya all of these three sources is discussed about the action research, but maybe one sources can discuss more deeper about some points, and this research can maybe discuss about another point too, something like that. And what image will I use? So basically, I choose the video. The first one is same with the previous video in the text in the reading that we read. And the second one I found from YouTube. Why I choose this kind of video? Because this video is short video, but I think it can, what is that? It can wrap all the information. So yeah, we can get more better understanding about the action research. Should I play in the video or not? Or we skip later?
Maybe you can share it
In the
in
end, in the end, our
our
discussion.
WhatsApp group or in the end of discussion. It is okay.
Okay. So yeah, the basically two of video is discuss about action research. They explain what is action research and what we must do in the action research, something like that. And the last one, how can I help my friends to understand the text better through image? Yeah, and I will explain the content of the video and the other sources and try to connect it with our reading. And I think when I show the video to my friends, they will get easier to understand the topic that we discussed. And also this video is attractive too, so they can learn through video. I think that's all from connector.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you, Naomi. So the next discussion will be led by a contextualizer by Kidung. Your turn.
Okay, thank you for the time. I will share my screen. All right, guys. So today I become the contextualizer. So this is the things that I found and in the text. So the first one, how does the text relate to your personal life or phenomenon in your community? So as in the text said that action research is questioning one's own practice become part of work and the teaching culture. Action research involve activity or process that happens in everyday life, especially the teaching process as a teacher, like we are in the future. And as a teacher, we must create a learning environment and process that are engaging and good for the students. However, we often face failure and obstacles. And because of that, investigation must be done in order to find effective solution to the problems they face every day. Yes. Doing reflective question, observation, planning the activity, and then execute the teaching. Teachers do this kind of process on daily basis. So I think we can see that from the text itself, like 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 Vinca or I said like asking the area that could be used action research is like in the educational area and also in the business area, something like that. So yeah, it could be done in so many aspects in life. And then the second one, what do you learn best from the text? What I have learned from the text is that how to conduct classroom action research. I have learned about several things such as the steps to conduct the research, the advantages and the disadvantages of the research, uh, and then the difference from the other types of research, the cyclical model of action research, when to use it, and why is it important for the teacher and also the student. I have come to the understanding that classroom action research purpose is to improve the teaching quality for both the teacher and the students. The teacher get a chance to observe, watch, plan, and also reflect of their teaching in the classroom in order to improve their quality as teacher. Whereas the students could get the ideal learning environment and activity that really suits their characteristic of learning. And then the third one, what do you want to learn more about the topic and how would you do that? So this is my personal opinion and personal ambition, or yeah, something like that. What do I wanted to learn more from the topic is how to really measure the level of student satisfactory for to my teaching if I would become teacher in the future. I would like to know how, if there is a more advanced or sophisticated way to obtain the most authentic feedback from my student in order to understand what they need and what they want in their learning process. And I'm still confused and do not have any idea to do this, but the most realistic way to do it is to learn from the past research, the past findings, and past implication, and develop new way based on it. By learning from the previous finding and implication, it would not be impossible to develop the way and to get the right answer for the question that I'm wondering. So that is all from me, guys. Thank you for the time.
Okay, Kidung.
Okay.
Can I ask, Kidung?
Yes. Yes,
You
Vinca.
mentioned in the last question, scope keep cated. I don't know how to pronounce it. Pokoknya, scope keep cated way, I think.
Sophisticated.
Yeah, what that it means.
Sophisticated is like advanced, canggih, mutakhir, sophisticated,
Okay.
something
Okay.
like that.
Okay.
If I'm
Thank
not
you.
mistaken, I forget.
Yeah.
Yeah, sophisticated is
Okay.
something. Thank you for the question, Vinca.
Okay, guys. So I think, yeah, thank you for sharing your opinion. Good job, everyone. So that's all from our group. Bye bye. Have a great day.
Bye bye.
Thank you.